Well, it wouldn't be a qualifying series if it didn't go to map 3. It's going to get very spicy from here, Ravish. We are going to the decider of all the maps, the ultimate one, Ascent. And who's to say Ascent can't be spicy here? There's a lot of
Patient?
Yeah, you got my reference. But no, there's going to be a lot going on here for this final map. Things will be very difficult. Remember, QOR just lost their very, very first map in the entire qualifier. And that was on their most dominant map too. Icebox was their playground. But I guess you could say they got a little cold feet on the second half.
I find, and it's just one play again. We've talked about it 4 times already, but I just can't help but hearken how everything was going the direction and a crucial round for Blinn and a clutch that happens, which, by the way, if Blinn loses that round, they're on a save after that, and then they're not able to financially recover completely. It's as though they bought crypto last year. They're done. So it looks tough, but thanks to some heroics by Monsi, right, the momentum goes back in their favor, and QOR, even after using 2 timeouts, were not able to recover. Albeit it's been a long day for both these teams, but now going on to Ascent, where a place where both of them feel very comfortable. It'll just be about who manages to maintain momentum.
And remember, the ghost of Thinking Man still looms over both of these teams. It was them who eliminated QOR in the first qualifier, and again, the one of the few maps that we've seen QOR lose so far this year officially was on Ascent. And so, earlier today, Blinn, previous series before this, hours ago now, they beat Thinking Men on this map as well. So things are a little bit on the back heel for QOR this time around, but again, time to take a break, reconvene, figure it out. This is a map that everyone and their mother has played, and there is so much depth when it comes to the IGL prowess that T-Dog's really got to step it up here and figure out how can you break the most known map in the game.
Exactly, especially up against a team, and a collegiate team, mind you, who all these guys scrim is Ascent pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, they play this map in and out because a lot of collegiate is best of ones. So, you know, we're looking at that usually being the best one they play. So this is something that, naturally, I'm sure both these teams have played an exuberant amount, but maybe Blinn a bit more so in officials, if anything. So that's something to keep in mind here as well. But Max, like you mentioned, it's Ascent. Yeah. There's not like a ton of variation, not like an insane amount of things going on, though. Some of the fun stats for you, if anything, I believe since the beginning of OQ1, QOR have played Ascent now 8 times. They've lost it once, and like you mentioned, only the map that they lost, against the men, right, in the low round in OQ1. So that's, and even that too was a super close map as well. So there's some here, if anything, and for Blinn as well. Same dominance on Ascent, but the score lines are also 13-3, 14-12, right? 13-10. Like, we're going to be going the distance. Everybody strap in, get a drink, get a snack, and we'll see you in the late hours of the evening.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be here for the long haul. I'm really curious to see what the agent selection is going to look like, even for Ascent. I mean, we talked about this with Tenrek in the last series. There's an iota of a chance that we could see a new agent come out. It would be cool to see. I don't think it's gonna happen, but going back to QOR really quick, we saw them face up against Crime City just yesterday, and they performed really well on Ascent, which, yeah, that's one of their better maps. But what made it interesting is that it went the distance and the strats started getting really spicy. I'm talking split pushes from catwalk and mid up until back of A site. We saw so many weird things that you don't normally get to see at that BCL top tier level of Valorant. So there is that chance that Ascent can play very, very differently from what we're used to.
And that was the map I remember I was reviewing this morning, in fact, and I was thinking, man, QOR come back from this? And there was, and I would say, aside from spiciness, it was a lot of question marks that I had in my head for,
yeah, I can see that.
How did they win that? And through the agent select that's ready to go, we'll also have to find out how they might indeed. Because I know, Max, like you're saying, variation may not be abundant, but let's cross our fingers and whoop-de-doo.
No. No, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think this is still okay. It's a true, I mean, it was just like Breeze. That was a similar comp, it was an identical comp too. This is a true test to see which team can perform better. Same exact team lineup, same exact agent, the same map that everyone knows how to play. But remember, the stakes are a lot higher than one of those best of one matches, right? This is to see who makes it into VCL through the upper bracket, no less.
Exactly. And although Blinn, remove Core's chances of having a flawless upper bracket run, but I don't think Core's gonna be shaking at that at all, because they're still looking to make it in, as is Blinn. Two collegiate teams in VCL would be a testament to CLOL this year, well, CVAL, I should say, this year. But on the other end, there's something about Core, something special. There's something magical. I find there's just the Travis of it all that makes me want to root for them,
Yeah, Core is definitely like that consistent underdog, and I mean YFP was in a very similar instance for the longest time, and I think Core has really taken that mantle now, and qualify, not qualify, I think there's still, them and YFP are still going to be lumped into that group as like, what's the right word? Like underground orgs, I guess, that are really rising up to just pure grinding.
Underground is funny.
I really can't think of another way to describe them. It's like they're the ones that are like really nose to the grindstone, and of course that doesn't take anything away from Blinn either. They're certainly grinding the same amount. But this is where that strategic strat book needs to come into play. Blinn already set up for a very fast and aggressive A-side round. Core seemingly ready. Keep an eye on Zeldris deep in the back lines. This could be an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, but look at the position. They're waiting for the knife to come out as well early on, and so just to not give away the information. See, there we go. Position backwards, and now look to walk into A here.
Tree hole 2. Blinn, remember from way back, they had to deal with a pistol round with a split push through tree. Not quite the case this time.
Okeanos makes his way in, towards the back, one up solid. Zeldris looking for the fight, but there's so many here. They're walking through the molly while Snarly holds his own. Oki and T gone in an instant while the rest are still meandering around the entrance of the site. Sure, Mikey gets his, but you lost almost all your teammates and now you're running.
Yeah, look at that spike well within the reach of Core.
Yeah.
In the belly of a beast too. I mean, at this point, you have to go for fighting. There's not really many opportunities left for Blinn.
They literally have to go out of the site, but like you said, it's so deep in the site, they just have to fight their way out. But how do you fight someone who has height and reach advantage? It's like you're bringing a finger to a gunfight. You're gonna get shot.
You can say it's like a controller too, because of Mikey's gun.
True, actually.
30 seconds left.
Mikey's gonna die in 3, 2, 1.
-1.
I thought I had it.
-2. Keep the dream alive. -3.
He's deleting the okay. Let's try again. 5, 4, 3. Oh my god.
Good try, round. Good try.
Man, I suck.
No, I mean, what a good round from Core. Again, early good read coming out. Waiting out the knife, still not the over-rotation, still having that coverage in tree just in case it was a split push. We've seen that before. But really things have to start activated into these next few rounds. Again, the big focus the last time we've seen both these teams play on Ascend was really Okeanos or I guess I should say the Duelists and Co. So before it would be Okeanos and Spaz. Way before that it was Paint and Anderson. Yeah. So now we have to watch out for Zeldris and Nerve to see how that buddy system works out. Oh? No. Zeldris.
First shot whip. Has to dash and does not get alive, but at least Nerve is there to get his back and getting 2 for his cost. Is running through the molly to get another. They're gonna force him back through market.
And once again, Spike lost. A little bit more time to retrieve it this time at the very least, but even if you rotate, Snarly's already set up and ready outside market. You're trapped.
Indeed. Stuck. Bear in mind again. This is a force buy from Blinn. Right, because look at this too. Their eco next round 2 is gonna look a little bit tougher, but they managed to make their way in. 3-2 still. Have a bit of time. See them on the site. Big swing from Spaz. But it's just one.
Snarly's undiscovered, though.
Last player
Keeps everybody off guard. At least one.
Spike so far. Once again, oh my god. Spaz going for the ace here. They're just giving you open sight lines, and bear in mind it's the outlaw too, so that's more than enough. More time for the closer fight, and Spaz with the ace.
Huge ace, and it's not every day you see an Omen ace either. Just dividing and conquering once again. I thought for sure there would be no room to maneuver at all, but Ziff had a blind spot. No one was watching the stairway past the marketplace. It just evaded. Perfect timing for Blin's favor. And that is such a huge confidence booster after losing that first round.
And especially because they force spot here too.
Yeah, I was about to mention the force buy there is going to be a little bit more acceptable now. They can have full shields, full vandals, and Okeanos is going to remain with the outlaw, just waiting for that aggro peek outside B main. And look, if you're Blin, you could just wait for that death ball to come out.
I have a feeling we're going to OT.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I was going to ask you in the pre-show what you thought about that. I agree.
Yeah. Is what I think about this. Okay, he's nasty. Zelda's not gone. And another pick given away. But again, it's their save, right? So now for core, they'll probably look to go down by one here and recoup in the gun round of the next. Hoping maybe just get some guns off their hands, if anything. But, ooh, not going to happen. Ouchies.
Huge full sight control now. Blin, they have a lot to do. 3 bodies left for core, only pistols. It's gonna be a tough shout to bring it back, but grouped up together, may be able to go for the flank. Turret falls already. It's just now to hopefully someone like Spaz. I was gonna say overextend just a tiny bit and get the trick, but maybe not.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Find another. Let's see if Ziff will be lucky enough to perhaps rack up one on the board, but with 2 of them pushing against him, that's gonna happen. No.
Oh, the bait.
Dude, come on, man.
I mean, it worked. And Blin are taking these early rounds super well. Even with core semi-defense defaulting with sheriffs, they're looking to just discover information about Blin in those early rounds as well. But because Blin just waited out the clock, they were able to push in, get some very effective open picks. It's your standard B take. And now this is where spicing this should start. There is that attempted lurk, possibly from Spaz, shrouded step available, so not too far away. It's going to be a default instead. Waiting out potentially that knife. The KO this time, throwing the knife deep in the mid. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, it gets the ping off too. Forces the person off by trees, so as the op, another tag, but not enough to necessarily cause any serious damage onto Oki. Just force him instead go by mid, so it should be just a cap through the A.
Yep.
No one actually watching trees either.
Yeah, there's a little bit of control, but I think it's meant to be anti-flash. Spaz only now using Paranoia.
Good molly, slows them. Paranoia, now that's the place as well too in the meantime, but you want to smoke this, calm down. T-Dog spraying through, catching no one, finally gets one. Nerve barely repositions, but that was a potential timing on T-Dog to do match to check him. Meanwhile, Nerve fighting for his life below, but he doesn't need no help. Call an ambulance, but not for him.
Look, I said this was going to be the battle of Zeldris and Oki and Co. Forget about them, I guess. This is really a battle between Spaz and Nerve. I mean, there was supposed to be that backup crew to help enable the duelist with those flashes and the smokes to just take and deny space. But honestly speaking, look, they're a one-man army right now. Spaz already got that ace. Nerve pretty dang close to doing the same too. Anchor potential for both these players is nothing to scoff at. That's going to be a huge talking point for both of these teams in figuring out how they want to conduct these rounds. Blends back to their safety spot. They're looking to go for B once again. Smoke out for the anti-peek from the defending op. Just waiting out the timer to figure out where Zeldris may be hiding with that gigantic weapon.
Ray's not going to land. Oh, season back to spawn. Now, I think with that though, it'll probably force them to think about their options as to whether they want to go tree through A here again, but They'll just leave Oki towards the side. Spike still is playing it slow through mid. No committed.
Yeah, remember too, Snarly has null command for the post plant. We're gonna try to remove him early. There it is, not even for a post plant, just off of reaction. Full stall, full denial against Blinn.
One more. Good shot from him. But
Enemy kill.
just a trade. And meanwhile, Zeldris will find one with the op. Clearing out mid once again. And forcing what we were expecting.
30 seconds
Which is
left.
the tree push. But just one there. So yeah, just walk right into the site. T-Dog's already up there. Spraying through. Two for him again. It's taken down, but there's more than enough people. Teague clears the high and low angle. Now an opportunity. And now he knows he has just a little time. He's get the plants off. 10 seconds. Ziv. Faster.
I really saw the vision that Teague would get an ace. And I was ready to ask you, how many aces do you think we'll see this game? I mean, we've already had a lot of close calls, and we're 6 rounds in.
Placing alarm bot.
That being said, though, good stall procedure from QOR, shutting down a lot of these main opportunities from Blinn. Even that kill through the smoke that T-Dog was able to accomplish was huge, and just denying space away. That's going to be the main focal point for QOR here. Again, they can play for gunfights all they want, but they've learned a big lesson off of Icebox that you still have to use utility, but the gunfights are going to be a little bit more even than they may have anticipated. Nerve.
Cover going out.
Oh, he may try to circumvent these smokes again. No way.
Spray through 3 for Nerve. He's just full flash paranoia. Doesn't matter. Just fighting as if his life counts on it, and clearly it does. That's the full push shut down here, Keg. They can't really get past this.
Look, I said it was a game of stalls. This is a game of shutdowns right now against Blinn. You know what? My expectation now is just going to be, okay, who's going to get the 3 or 4K this round? 30 seconds in.
Both Mikey and Teague. I mean, they're waiting for anybody to push against them, but they have 50 seconds. They have a spike. They can still just rotate, but a Dart should be able to tell them where they're at. They still know. Yeah, the ping off too. Yeah, Mikey gone. And one more. It's just Teague left. He'll get one of his own. Hopefully do some equal damage if anything by the end, but now he knows. Spike in his hand.
30 seconds.
Wants to try to get one if he can, but I don't want to see flanking him from behind either.
Yeah, there is a small opportunity to scale back over to A, but it would be a mad dash, and even then, I barely would be enough time. That's not to mention Snarly's waiting for the exact pathing that Teague would need to take. It's a shutdown round again.
10
Blinn,
seconds left.
they haven't found answers yet. There's an opportunity to into this next round with Teague's null command to fast rush back into A. Made the pistol round very competent from Blinn's side. Even the split pushes didn't look too bad except for T-Dog's Odin. And a lot of that, again, you can definitely suppress if you just bring in that null command super early on.
It's enough as we look at this replay once more, bro. That was...
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest thing that would shut down a fast push right now for Blinn would be the same exact thing that Nerf would do again. The setup is there. T-Dog is set up and ready. He's ready for that recon bolt.
I mean, probably good. Still has, the Odin as well. Similar position, but instead of holding towards Boathouse this time. So anticipating that they might have been looking for a full B stacked, as they are 4-1 right now. With the knife not getting any info at all, they go through mid. The alarm bot should ping out the first, and there we go. Okiana spotted. Door still not closed.
T-Dog has an opportunity to bring out Hunter's Fury here. All condensed. Backline control. Nothing B-main yet.
Making the way through. Nothing found, like you're saying. As they're all playing behind sightlines. But Monty has an Odin of his own, so... Counter spray is a possibility, but no one's around to actually take the bullets to the face. And the reposition, go back in through B as mid did not work out.
Yep, Blinn are gonna regroup here, go for null command, the rush in, deny out anything that T-Dog can bring.
Yeah, there you go, null command, a big paranoia as well, too, forcing Okeanos to dash right into the site. A lot of dash put down, and Snarly caught on the roadside. Nerve now left all to his lonesome. Hunter's Fury for the cover. T-Dog comes and save his life. Then Mikey as well too, looking at the rest, catching the second off on the flank. It's a 3v2. He has to know they're coming, right? T-Dog, no, he was in front of you, man. Oh, it's just Nerve left. 1v3. This is so rough here. He's smoke evolved. There's so many around him too. He has 3 health. And
it's the high-low too.
It's a couple of seconds before he falls as well. Because look, oh, I guess 1 high-low and 1 to the outside. So one of these could be it. And with such little health, they definitely heard the TP. They're just going to wait for him to peek out.
Gun here.
As Pass finds it.
Oh, I saw the vision from Nerve. He was using that pixel angle to see if he could remove away the high-low and take 1v1s. Nah. Good try, though. Good try. I mean, Blinn, they took a long time to parse out that round. Find out where that default KJ utility would be. Really take away 1v1s. Mikey, especially, the sleeper of that round, lurking up mid and taking away so many different guns. And the null command was there to be that cherry on the top for the exec. But you can't rely on that null command every round. It's gone, possibly for the half. And that means now default coming out from Blinn. They're looking to see what the response for QOR will be. There is that op presence deep inside mid, off of the alarm bot. Everywhere else, though, default playing for QOR. They are also looking to see what Blinn are going to do next. Back in that same stalemate that we've seen every single map now.
Yep. Probably see a 6-6 half once again, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No. And
I'm sure that's the last time it'll be even in the series.
he says, knowing damn well he was wrong.
For the 3rd map in a row, 3 times being wrong.
It's crazy. I like how the alarm bot chases after you, like skitters. It's like, nah. What are you doing?
I think the idea right now for Blinn is to use lockdown. That's what the attacking ping outside beam is for. No over-aggression.
They have killed Joyuta as well too. They're gonna use that to flash in Okeanos, but there's 2 watching as well. And T-Dog ready with Ziff actually comes around the back to shut them down as he has the angle on market. So now from here they guys watch for the rest, but every single other member of QOR is ready for the trade because if T-Dog falls, Snarly's right there. And now on Ziff. Right, again, if T-Dog falls here too, Ziff goes back, gets the trade. So Mikey actually sneaks into logs, and Mossy's just stuck waiting on the outside.
I mean, Blinn right now are just being suppressed again by just this pure...
10 seconds left.
I mean, the Odin, just the pure pressure.
Yeah.
The QOR is bringing out. They have no answers. They're defaulting early to mid-round to the very last second at times to just look for any sort of opening, and there hasn't been one. At times there have been openings, it's been heroic plays, whether that be, you know, a 4K from a player, Spaz with an ace, Mikey with the lurking 3K. These are not consistent strats that are allowing rounds to be won. These are just, you know, one-offs from Blinn. But if they go for a timeout now, they have the chance to bring this back for the next 3 rounds.
Yeah.
But they're not. They have to fast push off of this lockdown.
Right here.
But then, Ravish, there's the problem. Odin could destroy that lockdown depending on where it's placed.
Very easily, Max, it could. You're right. But seeing as where we are right now, it's tough because you also have the opportunities for the mollies as well too. So lockdown needs to be placed in a pretty careful position and can't be really too deep either. That's good though.
That's good. That's going to drive T-Dog away, may allow the lockdown. No, everyone's moving away. This is a fake plant. Default's back out. Okeanos is applying that pressure, keeping T-Dog distracted. That's good. All the while, setting up for the split push inside of mid. Owl drones out. No one backlines mid, at least up to Pizza.
Spike's still non-committal as well here too. As they move up 2 through mid and 1 towards the back of A, right? They're seeing that they found nothing around. They could go through mid here once again, but they have no tree control, and they have no idea if anybody is even still A, in fact. So I imagine they want to try to pull rotation, but they got 45 seconds left. They might run out of time here once again. T-Dog flash, but cuz brings back right on time. Not enough though. Snarly and T-Dog taken out quickly.
I love this pivot. A great way to keep QOR on their toes and fake them out. Zeldris, though.
30 seconds
Try
left.
peek through smoke. There it is.
Fashion. Knives out. Looking for one more. They're in front of the Jenny, but T was so close. Gives him a hug. That's the plans.
This is a messy post plant right now. Everyone's just firing guns everywhere. And Core, yeah, now they're the ones that have to tuck tail and run. Figure out a brand new strat. And honestly, I think for Core, the strategy is a little bit more defined of what they need to do next. You know, what can you do to enable Zeldris with that operator? He's playing so far back into mid that he's not finding anything. And if he's not playing deep mid, he's playing back of A site. We haven't seen an A main approach in a long time from Blinn, so he's focused on tree. One tiny little section in the entirety of this map that Blinn's been able to parse out and take full control of.
Just rinky dink for what they managed to take here. And even that round too, right? It started off fine for Core as well, but unfortunately with them losing due to unfortunate circumstances, right? Through mid, and from there it was just quick A push, which we mentioned was looking to be it. And then, of course, a timeout here, one again, an early Core timeout. We've seen a lot of these. In fact, usually Blinn is the one to take it with about one off. And I think Core wants to stabilize early on here.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout for both teams. Core, again, I think just playing more aggressive is going to work out super well for Zeldris especially. Find a way to flash him out inside of mid, take tiles control. There's a lot of different things that Core can do, but Blinn on a macro level needs to change something up. Because again, they're waiting for this very last second push. They're faking out these really odd nuanced type plays that I haven't really seen much in the qualifiers or even like at this level of Valorant, but it's been working well enough to put pressure away from Core, and it almost like it stun locks them because they're expecting like in that last round, the push from Blinn towards B was full market control, back away, take tree control, A site, bada bing, bada boom. But Core, that seems like it was something they've never really seen before. So they have to think of a response right here, right now, or Blinn can just continue to get away with this full-on control.
Let's see if we're right about that.
Yeah.
Consider.
I mean, look, I said aggression for Zeldris. He's the single hold on A. It's audacious. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Do I agree with it? It really depends if Teek's knife connects.
He has the op, right? Seeing where that knife also lands well too. So by the entrance and seeing there's no one wide as well, so they managed to clear that out.
Here.
They'll be able to sneak into A main, but remember we mentioned it. Zeldris has op, that's just smoke. And no paranoia actually does come in, so that's nice, but they're ready for him. They saw him peeking out, gets punished, op down. Side is theirs.
Yeah, look at this full post
run.
setup here. Lockdown already employed.
Right here.
Force him off the top angle as well. They don't want to fight this. They actually don't want to give this away. They think it's right there, but it's not. And instead, it just sprays through to get one. They gotta get out. Oh, this is so bad.
No.
Oh, this is... Nerve has to save them. He has to delay for them. He's got to be their lifeguard while the rest of them are drowning, and he manages to get them out of the water, but just barely. Everybody's floating right now. As they look for the recome up, they have almost no time. T-Dog is dead. They've got to defuse, but again, they're just holding it back. They cannot do it. Core fall apart.
Core is playing way too reactionary. Even after that timeout, the entire plan was for Core, you know, a lot of mid control from Blinn. Let's crossfire mid. Let's make sure that alarm bot comes out first. It gets popped. We're going to double swing. B-side control for Core. That has to be where Blinn are going to end up. No. The skeleton crew of Zeldris, and as amazing as his gameplay has been so far, the entirety of the qualifiers, so far, this has been his weakest performance, and a lot of it is because he's been facing these grandiose stacks of Blinn and 1vx's.
I mean, I don't blame him, you know, when you have things like the ops and such, right? So it's just, it's tough, but when you miss the timings on that, you just get punished for it, and then you're thinking, I should have stayed.
I mean, I don't think Zeldris should stay on the op for this matchup.
Not right now, at least, no. He hasn't been able to find much value off of it either, so I think now, at least with the state that they have here currently, we'll look to see what they can get right on the side of Core. Right, Nerve finds his first. He's the first one with the hero rifle, in fact, so Spaz being taken away by A. It's just a lurker, if anything, but that'll actually cause them to move through A, in fact.
Yeah, really good Oki fake again. Snarly though, contingency plan, even on a thrifty round like this, does bring out no null command. Core knows how important this round
Nice
is,
flash.
regardless of the buys. Oh
Huge.
my.
A. One
Flash
enemy
comes
remaining.
in just enough time. Nerve with the paranoia to come out, but spray works out for Monsi. And a thrifty take it, a crucial and desperate round needed for Core to get something back in their
Last
pockets.
round before the switch.
No buy-ups needed.
Needed drop.
You got all the weaponry you could possibly unspurf your core there. A save by the bell at the very last second. Now Blinn had every opportunity to tie this up. Ult cycling looks good. Teague, if they want to press A, they can have him lurk up and grab that orb. No command ready. Mikey, too far away for lockdown. We won't be seeing it. Monsi, Hunter's Fury. Not a lot for core to work with here. This will be more of a round for utility. More of a round for that spacing again. Selgis, remaining on that operator, needs to get this opening pick.
The reinvest to ensure that the money's worth something. And he's holding close by B. No one has moved in yet. The Owl Drone also instead moving by mid, but no flankers walked in. And looking to actually, I wonder if they clear this with the turret instead, but no. There's a quick peek back to flashing to move through. And no one actually there. There are no one's actually there either with the op. Going to pixel angle, dash gone, that's one. All right, we're already recouping the cost, but that's not command here. They know. Okay, snuck into large. Zealous repositions himself towards the back of boathouse. And now he's in a pinch as the rest are all coming in. The fight ensues by lane. Ziff on the outside. We're looking at the rest of Zeldris. Can't get the quick scope. Two taken away in succession as Hunter Furies to come out. And a 1v2 now left. Monsi fighting for him and his team's life.
What can Nerve do?
Not
Just
much.
waiting for that spike to go down.
Doesn't know. Just be main. And this is the scoreline, Max, that we've seen all three maps.
That's true. 6-6, 6-6. It really goes to show how even these two teams are. All that off-season grinding really paying off. It's the duel of the fates right now between both of them. And there's a great reality where whoever loses here goes to the lower bracket and just quals from here too.
Actually, a very valid point, right? Because if you look at the teams in the lower bracket right now, both of these teams have beat a fair amount of them. So, both entirely possible.
And look, we could have a whole VCL season of this too. I do want to bring up kind of a hot take as we go into this. Statistically speaking, Core's better on their defense on this map, but I think after what we had seen yesterday and today, they're performing much better on their attacking side. Blinn, though, have a lot better tempo control on their defense. Both these sides cater to each team much more than the first half. And even then, though, Core, split push through A. Blinn's seen this before. Same exact thing Thinkyman had employed. This time they're ready.
I mean, let's see if the stats don't lie here. Look at the peek out, right? Spaz going back and forth. Doesn't have his gun out, but gets the paranoia to get the slow. Still ping. Oh, it actually wasn't ping, so makes his way on the outside. Cat pushed, stopped. But I think they'll look for a re-up. Wait.
Okay.
They're going bathroom mid here. Interesting. Oh, he pushed off, has the dash. No one dead just yet, but catches the info on everybody there. So now all of Blizz should be converging on this mid location, because look at the map right now, Max. Like, they're being cornered from all sides.
Interesting. There's a lot to talk about after this round, but look at the Jets. No, not even. Rotate, rotate. Oh, Hoki just barely gets away.
Makes it up top as well. Paranoia to go all the way to the site. A good one is that as it cuts them off. Fatigue sprayed through. And finally we see red and blue across the kill feed as one by one, Core gets the man advantage. We're still 2v3. And we've seen these flip very quickly. Especially Mikey can look to find one. Turret spots the second and see 3 below. And they're just spraying through. Mikey gets his. And now in a 1v2, Nerve and Ziff ready and waiting. Because like, both of them are below. They have the crossfire, and none of them are actually gonna swing. Pro dissipate, that's one more. Ziff ready to go off to the next. And look, it's a jump shot, and right on his dome.
I gotta correct myself that I said a few rounds ago where we seen Blinn on their attacking side go for that pivot into mid-market, then back out and go tree. To me, it looked like QOR on their defense had no response. They were like, what's happening? But QOR had just done the same exact thing on their pistol round, and it worked out well for them. That is something they've seen, that is something they've scrimmed, and they've worked out to a T. Otherwise, coordination would be way too hard to do that on the fly. That was a really, really good round from QOR. But Blinn, they're not going to force buy either. They're going to hold the line, go for the aggressive death ball. Oh, just hit a phantom.
Yeah. Death ball, unfortunately, not going to work out. Instead, is just going to roll into a small little flake. But just one though taken for now. To look for the rest to all converge in, right? It's a save right now for Blinn. So, and classes across the board, not even a deagle. They're hoping for 1 to 2 for the come up to at least make their save worth it.
Now look, remember again, Blinn, the goal isn't to defuse. Take away guns from QOR. Farm up your ults with kills.
Because if you look at the if you look at the economies right now for QOR, right, they're all pretty weak, and even just maybe 1 or 2 rounds lost will cripple that immediately. And I don't know what they're doing right now, because look at this. So there's 1 towards the back in their spawn, and 2 waiting by trees to actually enter through. So I think they're definitely. This is just like a hey, who's gonna die to the spike? Y'all live your lives. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, look, if there was an exit through trees, that would have been great. No.
Nerve.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was wondering if we would see what who was that? Snarly? No.
That was Nerve.
Oh, it was Nerve and Icebox who did the attempted ninja defuse?
I want to say yes.
I think you're right. But I thought for a second, like, oh, are they going to try to go for that again? But no, not quite the case. But a really good round again from QOR. They didn't really lose too many bodies. They had the eco going up. Okeanos now with the operator. Both these Jets have struggled in that first half. Oki could not get anything going on the attack, and Zeldris didn't really have much of an appearance either. But as you've mentioned before, Ravish, we've seen Oki play very aggressively mid with this rifle. He may be able to find a lot more impact on this defense than Zeldris did. But split push to B. Not going to involve that defensive jet.
I thought with Oki, Ray, I've talked about him a lot as a momentum-based player as well. And so far, he's been doing all right. He's been catching a couple here and there, but none that actually propelled him to just feel extremely confident about his play. Now, albeit it's been a long day for all these teams, right? So that can be playing a factor as well in what both these sides are feeling and doing naturally, because we're coming up onto 1 a.m., almost about 9 to 10 hours of Valorant, right? Almost 3 BO3s for every single one of them. But we'll see with Mikey. Let's see if he still has the aim. 3 pop through, just immediately take it to Paranoid on the site. As LeJuan looks to move through here, but Mikey takes 4 in such incredible succession. They're jumping into his loving arms, but will get the ace denied by Nerve.
Oh, geez. How long ago was this? I want to say the qualifiers for Knight's Forge. Mikey performed the same exact Killjoy defensive hold. We've seen this from Blinn even earlier today with Mikey. Just holding down B like it's nobody's business. Very little utility. That is just his domain. I wasn't even surprised. As soon as I saw them pushing into him, I'm like, yeah, it's a 4K, it's an ace. Because that's just a Mikey diff. That's all he needs to do. Now, if I'm QOR, I'm probably not looking to push that again, especially because he was on the team where he first did that with.
One suppressed.
Yeah.
But now...
It's really impressive what we were able to do.
Yeah. But look, again, a very close scoreline. Aggressive plays. Looks like Blinn do want to peek up a little bit off the hands of the Owl drone. They only spot out Ziff. They don't know about Zeldris yet. Oh, but the recall.
I think that's enough to scare them off, right? Because they're seeing already one of the outside. Now, naturally, KJ is, of course, the main lurker, so maybe anticipating there might be a 4-1 stack, but currently, no real action outside of A either. And even just peek throughs by mid. We see Snarly waiting to see if there's any counter pushes coming in. Instead, waiting around, even faking with a knife as well to going into the wine. And they want to reposition towards A here, it seems. There is just one person by tree they could do, and Spaz gives us the space.
Perfect timing with the, oh no, paranoia not going to be employed. Again, the fake from Core. They're looking to go for it again. Will they commit Marketplace or do they go back to tree?
30 seconds
I think
left.
Market is where it is, where it's at, right? But this time Mikey not able to get the first either. Gets flashed a big dart though. Finds info on every single one of them, but only one to fall. Pushes against the Mikey. He's hungry looking for these kills. And again, he's flashed and takes two so quickly. God damn, Mikey, give him a chance.
Mikey's just single-handedly shut down B. Okay, maybe single-handedly is a little disingenuous. There was definitely a lot of defenders on B that last round. But again, really just having such an expressive showing on the defensive B side really makes sure that Core doesn't have a lot of options left. And I hate to say this, Ravish, this isn't just an Ascent issue. We saw the same exact thing on Icebox. Just a complete lockout. Now, is there a chance to bring it back? Sure, absolutely. But Core need to think now, okay, how do we get past these defenses again? Side swap, same issues.
Yeah, it's going back and forth once again here. But we're seeing from the side of Blend, though, it's these past couple rounds have been, you know, just huge hero plays that have been given over, right?
Yeah.
Mikey, especially 2 rounds ago where he got 4 there near the ace. And the last one, too, shutting down just too many people that look to enter into the lane across with the help of both Monty and Spaz around here, though. It's going to be a bit different. They put the flash into the side. Oki tucked in the corner. And the one and done angle, possibly Spaz not gone down below. Oki gets out and finds his exit. But still remaining. And there's a lockdown as well. They're committing on the save.
Yeah, this is huge for Core right now. You got rid of the Hunter's Fury. You got rid of the Hunter's Fury. That shows how Core, again, really want this round to succeed.
A save round here would be big, but it's not going to happen. 2 up top. Still not out of it yet. It's 4v4, but the guns are tough right now. Zelda's the only one with an actual gun, and Teed unfortunately peeking at the 3. No control at either. All playing on the outside. Teague is clearing them out within seconds. And we're looking at the rest here. It's 1 for 1. Sif and Zelda's doing a massive effort to come back here. The dynamic duo, Batman and Robin, dapping up and taking down the rest. It's as if you don't got it, Zelda, I got it, bro. Easy.
Everyone note down your observations.
I mean, you flip-flop no matter what, right? Lockdown invested, you send out the Hunter's Fury. Hey, look, you won the round. That means the ult worked out well for you. We go to this replay again. Really a lot more solo plays that we're seeing now. Delayed second-hand trades. And like you mentioned before, this has been a long day for both of these teams. So it starts to make sense that there's been a little bit of a delay with the coordination at times. But with that in mind, the battle must rage on. Core barely inching out a lead. A single point to their name. B, stack here. Assuming now that they'll want to try something different. This time they'd be right. Early pressure's out. But again, it's a big fake. Oh! But we're moving Zip now that enables the flank.
Ooh. And they find the second as well. That's good info. Zelda's has to back off here. But it was just a little, you know, a little acting instead. Pretend like he was going somewhere else. Makes a comeback. Watch is still watching it. Will he see it? Yeah. Gets tagged. Gets out alive. That's the most important part. At least not with this. He's just trying to stay alive. All this info on Zelda. Not able to punish him just yet. And the rotate is called over from Okiana. So he's watching B main. Waiting for them to move through.
Yeah, so is this the call just to flash and push in? Seems a little linear for what Core likes to employ, but at this point, yeah, I think they need to get that 10th.
Max to find the way through here. Understand, Mossy, ooh, not able to find it. And now Mikey, last one left alive here on the sights. Oh, that was a good trade from Oki. Sick turn, Oki down. And now with this Core, an attacking round that looked tough, but they managed to make it work. The 2v3.
And 1 by 1. No real room for tradability here between Teague and Spaz. Acquisitioning the Vandal, though, no longer going to be a crossfire save.
Yeah, acquiring even.
Acquired. Oh, yeah, the simpler word.
Exactly. Oh, nice flash. Shorty to the body. And Spaz. Now, unfortunately, left. No place to turn, no place to go, but down.
Yeah, and if I'm Blinn at this point, I'm looking towards a timeout yet again, just to see, okay, 2 rounds in a row, we're starting to lose our grasp a little bit more. This started with Core off of a thrifty, yep, there it is. What fundamental changes do we need to bring out? And again, it feels like it's a mirror mode matchup. Core are just playing out the timer. They're looking to find that last second approach option, hoping for the best, that maybe Blinn's holding for the wrong site. A lot of micro flanks coming through. Blinn aren't really falling for it, but they're also not getting the gun advantage. They're not getting those initial trades or even the initial kills. And Core's big benefit right now is that just that extra spacing, that extra firepower that they've employed. So Blinn this time, you know, very similar to what we said about Zeldris. The idea should be to put him in mid, flash out for Okeanos, give him mid to tiles control, and make sure these fakes cannot happen. We need to see this.
Blinn for after the timeouts have been good on the retribution, at least. And this was a very similar spot, if you remember, that we saw both Core and Blinn at in Icebox.
Yes, you're right.
But it was again a Blinn's timeout, and then we saw 2 rounds in a row past the clutch, and things flip on their head. A possible case here once again, but we'll have to see how things unfold.
Placing alarm bot.
Ooh, it's a little
Solid
damage.
start.
Ouch.
Okay. Oh, Oki discovered. That's going to be a huge call to rotate the spike. Don't want to have to deal with that. Want to go for the spawn as well. Keep in mind, Nerve does have, from the shadows, his ultimate. He can teleport anywhere. Info gathering, bringing the spike back to B, could still be a gigantic, grandiose fake they're trying to sell from Core's end.
Spaz was jumping a couple times before, but this time he had to support the flash. Not able to find the pick off of it though, but does some damage if anything. And that'll force him off of A main, but look at who they left in wine.
Yup, that's Nerve. And you might think he might be too far away for the B exec. You'd be kind of right, but again, he can teleport. Mid-control. Okeanos is away. They spotted out to make sure he's repositioned exactly where Core wants him.
He'll use the ultimate, peek in the boathouse, sees nobody is there,
They're going
and
back!
he'll go right back.
Oh, no, because now there's Oki in a perfect angle against them.
30 seconds left.
He's all right there. They know that this lane is clear. They set the paranoia and the smoke to clear them out, but Nerve's not gone. This has gone a little bit too wary. I mean, there's an opportunity, but Spaz, what do you do? The response takes 2. Now, if you count that as math, 1 for 2 is not a good deal at all. And it might get worse if that was solid and they get the comeback.
7 seconds to play.
Ziff and Zeldris again. They have to do this right now. They've got to peek in no time. Spike's done. Ziff stays alive. Spaz does his job and he clocks out.
Yeah, a lot of over-engineering from Core that round. They had the play on B site. They flashed it out even. And whether that was, again, part of this grandiose fake or even just a last-second call from T-Dog or anyone that's mid-round calling, really.
Yeah.
Not a good play to
No.
back around. They knew exactly where the rotate was even for Okeanos to get rid of that op. And Nerve still fell victim to it. Over-engineering. Over-engineering. Can't let rounds like that slip away for Core anymore. 1 round of a lead yet again. 4 ults to work with. Fast push into B.
Okay. Trying to find another. He's match seeking the corner here too. The Judge Gaming doesn't work out. It's some minor damage, but maybe Oki can find one back. Nah. There's just too much pressure. They're using all command here as well. But to walk in, that's just 2 left here on their site, and Core know that every round matters, so no matter what the investments, they've got to make things count. And moving up to 11 here would be huge. Still lockdown available for the next. Knives no longer so, but Max is getting close.
It is. Spaz and Teague, too, always the ones to retake on B site. Core are very well aware. Know the timings. Know the positions.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, wait! Yo, just threw the paranoia. You know how he saw him? Is because he was flashed. So he just like, it was all bright on his head. So he's like, oh, I see the light. I better shoot that.
Yeah, I mean, that, you know, if you're a little bit newer to Valorant, right, you might be wondering, like, well, he splashed. How can you see anything? If I get KO flashed, I can't see much. It's because Omen has a different different property. It's a near sight, so you can just barely see a little bit. And Ravish, you're completely right. That's what gave it away for Zell just to go for that huge double kill.
Yeah, just yeah. Judge gaming, man. One judge works, but this one judge doesn't work. The second one does. I respect it. And now again, Core looking for the come up. Looking to move to 12. 2 rounds away from making the challenges. A nice flash, and T gets one, but they get traded back immediately. He has to get out with his life. He has 1 bullet. The Mox is there for the cover. Look at the save. It's working out so beautifully. But Zeldris and T-Dog, once again, looking to make things happen for their team, for their motherland. They bring it home.
A classic. There's really nothing you can do here. I mean, spotted up by the Owl Drone 2. Even looking for exit seems a little unfathomable in this 1v3. Owl Drone already spotted out where this Omen should be coming in from, and yeah, at this point, you're just talking with your team. Pick up a Vandal on the way out. Alright. Well, it was a thrifty round, says Blinn. John Blinn himself. You know, now we have to face for overtime. There's a very real chance overtime can still happen because it's Ascent. But if Core keep saving one specific ult per round, and it's hard for them to get around, we might very well see the ending this next round. Hunter's Fury for T-Dog's gonna spell the whole story, and again, we'll have to wait and see.
I believe Ziff also has lockdown here too, so this can potentially be huge. And actually, no, I was wrong. Sorry, it was used before, but Hunter's Fury is well on their side as he look at what could potentially be the final moments going into the next round. Spaz though finds a couple of exits if anything. I'm surprised Blinn, oh shit, Blinn's out of time as well too. This could be it.
Yeah, this could very well be it. Everything's lined up for Core right now. They have this A side typical default. This is the ultimate default for Ascent, and what a way to potentially end it out here. Now remember, T does have null command. Hunter's Fury, like you mentioned too, Monty has available. Huge post-plan opportunities. But right now, it's all about getting that opening pick. Blinn need to find aggression here. Ziff needs to shut down B main too. He has to make that late round lurk, and that's what Monty's holding for. Shutting down that KJ. Split push otherwise for Core to take that A side control one last time.
I'm shaking a little bit. If Blinn managed to get this round to keep themselves alive, but Core fulfilled the dreams that they've been working towards for so long. Challenge with the all-one, null command, Hunter's Fury, both put out in quick succession. Monty finds T-Dog, him now gone, but Snarly's there. That's how dare you harm my boy. What you got coming up? Easy does it. Okeanos. Aggressive peek works out wonderfully too, but it's not enough. It's 1v3.
Don't count out Mikey.
Mikey, the Slayer. He did it before. Can he do it again, Max?
Spike planted.
I don't know.
He's waiting out his util.
Dude, this is so tough. He doesn't know where they are.
This is possible for Mikey.
They're all outside. Look at them. They're A main. They're just gonna wait this out.
Oh, the turret might have some stopping power. They've activated nanoswarms early, something Mikey doesn't have to worry about. But again, time on the clock, triple swing. It's all but over for Mikey.
He has to clear everything. He has no idea where they are, and it goes through the paranoia. He ducks under. And now we're looking at QOR. One swing, one hit. And that is it. They are your next team making it to the VCL.
Beautiful work from Core once again. Again, grinding the entirety of the offseason, roster changes, T-Dog building this team from essentially scratch and getting so many amazing members, land after land, tournament after tournament, from quite literally the bottom of the barrel of the Valorant up until now. Core has grinded and it has paid off. But we're seeing a lot of teams who benefited from the offseason coming into this. I mean, SAD, YFP, Core in the process, and guess what? We still have one more team that needs to qualify that can essentially have the same exact story. the story of these organic Valorant players finally having their time to shine.
Indeed, they finally made it in a dream for a Valorant player to into the committed leagues, alongside their rosters, their coaches, and all these other teams looking to move to Ascension, the VCT. But remember, they're not out of it yet in terms of blend. They still got losers, right? We're looking at 2 more BO3s here as a possibility for them to also qualify. But for QOR, they can breathe easy that they managed to do it. And look at these stats too: 5 out of 5, 7 out of 7 post plans. These guys played their goddamn heart out. But it was just QOR at the final couple seconds.
It really was. And post plan city was weird, right? Because we didn't really see a lot of it on Breeze, and it slowly ramped up as we went map after map. But really, just the late rounds was the defining story for both of these teams. QOR specifically wanted to play for it on Icebox, did not work in their favor, and it was definitely a big 50-50 when it came to Ascent. But again, this is a map that everyone has seen so many times before. They know each other's strat books inside and out, and that's where those big heroic plays came from. Spaz absolutely deserves the MVP. We saw that ace so early on. Zeldris, a little bit of a slower performance than we've seen earlier today. Not to take away from his performance this game, he brought it back in spades in the second half, and he looked really dang good in the process.
And Max, I'm sure now with all of this Valorant being said and done, right, both these teams can at least breathe a sigh of relief, especially for QOR, that they've done all they can. And for Blinn, it's got to be about just a quick mental reset and to come up afterwards, because it's not over everything just yet, right? There's still a more Valorant player for their side, and as a collegiate squad, they looked incredible. If they managed to make it to VCL, what a look that would be for the CVAL season, as 2 teams potentially managed to make it. Otherwise, though, we have a long day tomorrow as well, which you'll be there for. But I think our day ends right here. Any final words from you?
No, I mean, I'm super excited for tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of teams fighting for the depths, eliminations on the lines there, and there's only one more team that can make it for the qualifiers. This is how we're going to find out our full set for VCL, and we have one more day to figure it out. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get some sleep. We're going to get all set up and ready for tomorrow, so don't go anywhere. If you're a big Blinn enjoyer, make sure to tune in tomorrow. We have a whole slew of a lot of other amazing teams. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll be here all day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.